it wasn't a word, but it was more of like a philosophy around like, it's not getting any easier. I feel like we all have this thing in our head where it's like, okay, if I just get past this month, if I can just get through this week because I have 5 meetings and a presentation and we got to do this, that, and that at the house, then it's going to be okay. I struggle with that because I feel like I'm doing all of this and then eventually I'm just going to get to chill and I'm going to get like a reward. And like, that reward is never coming.
I think it is coming.
Is it? When can I expect it? We in business. What's up, everybody?
Oh, that was like...
Let's get it going. I ain't got a lot of time. I'm kidding. I've got like 20 minutes.
Oh, someone come save me.
Save you?
Oh,
save
please.
me. Take me.
Hey, can you just admit... Andrew hates my cooking, by the way. Like, nothing I cook is...
Babe, I love your cooking. Right. Nothing you cook is good enough for anybody. You don't put any effort into it.
Can you just admit that my breakfast last night was good? Well, you didn't actually eat it.
It was good. The kids really liked it. That was
what was wrong with my breakfast?
I mean, nothing. It was good. I just don't. Yeah. Well,
go on.
This is how you want to start the podcast?
Yeah, I do.
What was wrong with it?
Yeah. What was
the bacon was great.
Right.
The fruit was good. It was a nice little melody that you put together. medley that you put together.
The fruit melody.
I mean, the eggs, you just like scrambled them, and then I don't think you put any like butter or avocado oil down on the pan before. And so like the whole bottom of the pan was just like that, like you had to scrape it off. So I mean, like even olive oil, like you got to put some sort of like fat down before you cook the eggs.
All right, details.
No, that's
what's wrong with the pancakes. Those were great.
Yeah, the pancakes were great. They were awesome. I didn't eat them, but the kids did, and they liked them.
I mean,
you can't mess up pancakes.
Almost everything
and it wasn't like you homemade them. It was it was the batter mix that you just mixed the water in with, and then cook. Did you put butter or like avocado oil spray? You didn't spray anything down before you put those in?
The pancakes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you use?
The avocado oil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I would have used butter in that case and cooked it slower, but it doesn't.
I don't have time for that.
I know.
There's no time. And
that's what the podcast episode is about, and that's why I started with such aggressiveness. Like, let's go in a good way.
Oh, you guys. Okay, so a near and dear topic to Andrew and I's heart is talking about being intentional and reflecting at the end of the year and last year, or at the end of last year, and then setting up this year. And so we spend a number of weeks between December and January talking about what went well, what didn't go well, what are our values, what has changed with our values, what's working in our life, what's not working in our life, and what do we want the next year to look like.
And what are our goals?
Yeah. Right. Yes. So we did that.
We do that every year.
And we want to talk about it today.
We want to talk about it because it's really important. Because I think last year, for both of us, I think we both felt this way, like super overwhelming.
And I think what's like important to note about the overwhelm is like you and I don't want to brag, but I feel like I sort of am. I'm not good at lots of things. I think you and I are really good at managing our time well.
Right. So we have to be because we take on so much stuff.
Right. But so what I'm saying is when we both feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Red alert, like something is happening.
We're at like max capacity.
Right. And that's where we were last year.
Right. I mean, is that a downfall of our personality though?
Yeah, it is.
So
for sure.
My personality.
I mean, there's more downfalls to your personality than mine, but yeah.
Well,
for sure.
I think we're both geared towards achievement, meaning like if I'm not pursuing my potential, if I'm not pursuing a goal, if I'm not feeling like I'm making progress every day, I'm absolutely miserable.
Great.
Hold on. Do you feel that way about you too, though? Like if you're not pursuing something greater than yourself, if you're not trying to progress in some areas, do you feel miserable?
Isn't that the whole meaning of life?
Not to everybody. I think that's different. I think you and I aren't geared. I don't think, I mean, I think, I know that a lot of people aren't geared that way.
I am.
And I wish like in some ways, I wish I wasn't though, because We do take, regardless, that's
Okay.
neither here nor there. We do, but that is our personality. So we're constantly trying to figure out, like, okay, what can I add now? What can I do? How can I grow? Diet, exercise, parenting, our relationship, our business, name it. We're trying to be great at it.
Yes. And the other part about like growing is when we feel like we're not doing something like well, or we're kind of like it doesn't feel good to us. Like when
Right.
I mean,
Or
that's
feel stagnant. Like if we feel like we're like, I could be doing more and we're not. It's
right.
like
It doesn't feel good.
no.
And so I think what happened last year is we were feeling so much overwhelmed that we felt we were in this place where we felt like we weren't doing things well. I have higher expectations for myself than anyone else would ever have for me.
Right.
Do you know? And I would say the same for you. There is not a soul on this planet that has higher expectations for you than you have for yourself.
Right. No, I agree.
So I think sometimes when someone would look at what you're doing and they would be like, man, that's great. You have a different measuring stick, right? And so last year,
I'm a piece of no, not that bad.
right,
But like literally it could be like, well, this could be better.
totally.
Like we're never satisfied.
Right.
Maybe a lot of people feel that way. I don't know. What were you saying about last year? Because what I was going to bring the last year back to is I think it was a really hard year because we also had to take some steps back in certain categories in order to step forward. Like my business changed a lot in the way of switching companies late 2024, becoming a mortgage broker. My entire team that I had with me leading up to the beginning of last year was gone. So it was just me.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think that like what happened last year, and then I think what we've been dealing with in January is we've really like intentionally stopped and been like, okay, there are details about these current situations that we're in that we have to navigate that are very detailed.
Like in the mud.
We are like in the freaking
like
mud.
a slow trudge.
And
it's just like one.
And could you have bypassed that entirely and just move forward and almost bulldoze through?
Yes.
Right.
100%.
So that's the thing that we have really intentionally not done, and I would even say this with like coaching or parenting, like we have been very intentional about being like, wait a second, we could keep things as is and they're good, right?
Right.
But what if we stop and really intentionally and specifically take care of this situation that like isn't working? That's, I think, where we're at right now. We've been like navigating.
Well, I think that's been our philosophy for like since we got together more than 10 years ago was like every decision that we make it regardless of how easy or how hard it is. And it typically is, it's the right decision is typically the more uncomfortable one.
Right.
And so we're constantly out of our comfort zone, but that wears on you. And you do that in like 5 different areas of your life. For me, my diet completely changed last year. I took on year-round coaching youth sports, which is crazy. Again, my business changed. We had a dog, which is like another.
I think the other part, and I know we talked about it on the last podcast, my body, I have been so focused on maintaining a strong body since my surgeries, and I did something to my back, and I have literally for 9 months have been a slow trudge at like getting back to it, like spending time with mobility or stretching. That was the stupidest dad joke on the face of the planet.
Yeah, no, you've come a long way for sure.
But I think everything, we have just been in the details of every kind of like structure or system or community. Like, what are we intentionally choosing? And is this the right thing? And if it is, laying it out in the right way.
Yeah.
But that is hard. So overwhelm was our word last year. What's your word for this year? Do you have one? I have one, but
no, I don't have one.
Simplify.
Yeah. I want that to be mine too. I really want that to be mine.
So I've started simplifying. So I'm going to stop doing laundry.
Okay, cool. I'll stop doing the dishes and then be good. I like simplify. I don't know though. Yeah. I need to think about that. I usually like when I try and come up with like a word for the year, I feel like it changes as the year goes on.
I take on more than I can do. I know that's no surprise.
That's the understatement of a lifetime. Yeah.
Anyone that
So you're simplifying, you're going to take on less.
I am just being very intentional with what I'm
Yeah.
choosing. Part of it is like saying no when if people, I just don't have space and time right now.
Right.
And so if I feel like it is going to make me more overwhelmed, I have to say no to it and I have to simplify. And
Yeah.
that's hard for me.
Yeah, for sure. I remembered what it wasn't a word, but it was more of like a philosophy around like not wishing it were easier, but it was
Don't wish it were.
no, it's like it's not getting any easier.
No.
Like nothing. I feel like we all have this thing in our head where it's like, okay, if I just get past this month because I have a really busy month, or if I can just get through this week because I have 5 meetings and a presentation and we got to do this, that, and that at the house, then it's going to be okay. And I think I struggle with that because I feel like I'm doing all of this and then eventually I'm just going to get to chill and I'm going to get a reward. And like, that reward is never coming.
Right. Well,
I mean, it's like a slow.
I think it is coming.
Is it? When can I expect it?
I just think in the way that we talk about everything that we think about or choose to do, it's delayed gratification.
Right. But yeah.
It's not coming.
No, I know. That's what I mean. And I get it though, but and it's not this one thing where it's just like, bam, it's just like, okay, you're healthy and you're right. Kids are doing well and
that's your reward.
Well trained.
I can get out of bed in the morning.
Right. I know. That's
the reward.
Which brings us to a tool that we've talked about before on this podcast. I'm going to hold it up. It is Darren Hardy's Living Your Best Year Ever goal book. I've been using it, I think, for maybe 13 or 14 years.
And I've been using it for 14 or 15.
No, I definitely introduced you to it. Darren Hardy, he's the author of The Compound Effect. If you haven't read that book, and you're interested at all in personal development and habits and choices and delayed gratification, just a really simple, easy process to start to achieve more. The Compound Effect is hands down my favorite book. It's amazing.
It's similar to the ideas of Atomic Habits, I would say, but the thing that I love about Compound Effect is it ties it to your values. It ties your behaviors to your values, which I think is really, really important when we're talking about setting up goals.
Right. Yeah. 100%. And it talks about the seemingly insignificant actions and choices that you take day to day, poor or good. Those are going to take you to a certain point, like you mentioned, 2 years from now, but they're seemingly insignificant today. Like if I smoke a cigarette right now, it'll be good. I'm there alone. Do
you have it in your pocket?
Why, you buying? No, but then again, if I smoke a cigarette every day for 2 years, that's a very obvious example, but that book is amazing. And this kind of piggybacks on that. And what I love about this book is it's got a weekly rhythm register in it. So basically it's a goal setting tool. It goes through, it helps you set your goals for the year, helps you reflect on last year. And it has what I love about, I want to stop you right there. When you reflect on the last year, it has you go through gratitude and what do you love about your family? What do you love about where you live? What do you love about your job? 10 things that you did this year that you're proud of. And it's so funny. Every year that we do it, I'm like, oh my God, that happened this year. What a cool thing. Because I think sometimes, especially people that are super focused on goals and achievement and all of that, you almost bypass. You hit one and then you're like, all right, we got to get, we did that. That is crazy. It is cool to look back though. And how often if you didn't take the time to reflect, right, and you didn't have, and obviously this is just a platform or a tool to do that. If you didn't do that though, you might go 5 years and just be oh, totally. You wouldn't even remember half the stuff that you did. No. And what I love about it is then it's hey, let's look at what happened last year. And then how does that line up with the goals that I set at the beginning of the year? And some of them, I change, right? Where I'm that's actually not the direction I want to go. But I think it's a good reflection point for me. It's helped me over the last few years, especially, get a better understanding of how long my goals take. They're not attainable in the way that I set them. And so it's helped kind of navigate me towards setting some better goals. Oh, the other thing that I do, going back through my calendar and just seeing what I spend time on.
Is this a good use of my time? If it's not a good use of my time, then take it out of my calendar. Or if there's something missing, adding it to my calendar. I mean, that's the anchor of everything we do, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, like the reflection aspect of it is huge, but the tracking aspect for me is like is like the most bang for my buck, because at the beginning of every week, well, basically you have your goals for the year, right? And in how it has you break them down is there's 3 major goals that you're pursuing in a year. So you can kind of pick the categories based on what you want, like where you think you need to focus your attention. So you've got 3 main goals.
And choosing from different buckets. So family, relationship, financial, health,
spirituality,
you have all those buckets.
Relationships.
You come up with 10 goals, business, 10 goals, and then you narrow it down to 3.
Yeah. And usually I feel like with us, it's like 1 big business goal, 1 big health goal.
Yep.
And then something like family,
yeah.
You know. Yeah.
A rando goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Buying your wife flowers every day.
Yeah. And then giving him to her at the end of the year all together.
That would be weird.
I know.
Can you imagine if we had a relationship like that?
No.
Like, hold on, just imagine if I
Didn't I have you buy yourself flowers one time?
Yeah, you did. You're like,
was that high school?
Yeah, you're like, why don't you just pick yourself up something?
Well, okay, from a logical standpoint, like pick out the flowers that you want. If you just want me to pick flowers out, I'm a dude. I don't know what flowers you like.
You're not a good gift picker outer.
My gift is like time with
you. Know, and I love that.
I know.
I would rather that. I don't want you buying me anything because it's always weird and I never use it.
Because I don't know what to buy. Yeah. And if you want something, you just get
it. Yeah.
But pick yourself up like some flowers if you want. So you've got the 3 goals though, but what I like is that every week there's an opportunity for you to put down the habits that you would need to do every day or every few times a week to achieve those goals. And so it's like and then you're supposed to look at the book daily,
like a habit tracker.
Yeah.
So like examples of things that you put on the habit tracker.
Like getting up on time. Like if I'm setting my alarm for 4:30 a.m., it's did I get up when my alarm went off?
Some of the ones I put on is like exercise. What's my diet look like? Did I feed my mind with either reading or like an audible book for 30 minutes?
Or did you not do something like
did I not open social media the first thing in the morning?
Yeah.
Like stuff like that.
And I feel like that shit is so addicting.
Oh, you want to talk about
just media? Phone. Like honestly, like
even media, it's phone.
And this is I know, but yeah, to me though, phone is media though. Like you can literally look up anything that you want to look up at any point, and like so much of it is just geared towards grabbing our attention, and it's entertaining, and like I'm struggling with that more than I've struggled with anything else in my life. Like substance abuse is one thing. Like I don't, like you can tackle that. I feel like that's easier than the distraction that comes with just like being like, I can literally listen to anything. And now I just feel myself in every quiet moment filling in that blank space with like some BS interview.
Yeah.
I don't even know why.
Yeah.
And it's a dopamine hit. Like, it's because, that's making me feel like I'm doing something. Like, that's kind of crazy because I don't know.
Maybe we could talk about that.
That's a different one, but. Yeah.
But I think what's important is connecting your values with your goals, with your daily habits. And then the important part is making sure, and I don't do this every day. Like this is, again, like something I continue to work on and have worked on for the last, 13 years. I don't check my rhythm register every day. And so,
no, neither do I. That's what I mean. Like I try to.
Right.
But like there's like this week, I think I looked at it on Monday and checked 1 box. And then so like again though, I'd at least know it's always there. Right. It's always sitting on my desk. Some weeks I do, like I'll hit it every single day, but like, no, it's not like we're just in here like bam, bam. Like it's definitely a battle.
But I think having the intentionality every week for me to write it out and be like, these are the habits you're focusing on, it just puts that in the back of your mind at all times. I know every day
Which without it, you wouldn't even, how would you even remember
I don't know
what you're doing?
I
You would just
couldn't.
go years.
Maybe some people have a different method, but I think this works well for us. It helps simplify how our goals are going to get there because you break it down by month, you break it down by quarter. You're always constantly figuring out how you're getting there. So I think that's been really helpful. And I think when you write them down, you tend to be more successful and consistent with them, right? I mean,
I don't know the
that's been my
exact
experience.
Yeah, I don't know the exact stats. I was trying to research it, but it was like people who write down goals are significantly more likely to achieve them, often 40 to 50%.
Yep.
People who review goals weekly dramatically increase follow through. And then, I mean, most people do set goals, but I think very few review them consistently.
Right.
So the difference isn't motivation, it's structure and it's repetition and it's having a system.
Well, so one of the things that we do with this book is our family always takes a trip.
Yes.
At the end of the year.
Very important. It's become like, I have to do it now.
I know. So we go all year, and then we pay an ungodly amount of money to be able to travel.
Right.
The week.
But it's worth it.
Between Christmas. It is an investment. The week between Christmas and New Year's for a couple of reasons. One, in our jobs, we just don't have the capacity to have a free week outside of that week, right?
Right. And it's still like I'm still working from
it's the slowest week though.
Right.
Like it's just
the expectations are
different.
Less
right.
from people.
So the second thing is that it's really like a reset from what happened in the year. It gives us a week to really intentionally talk about this stuff because we don't have the time to really talk about it outside of that.
Or the space.
Right.
It was like when we did that podcast about climbing the 14ers, and like one of the biggest lessons that we took away from it is like you get at the top of the mountain, you see how like tiny everything else looks, and your problems are, you're not like stuck in the muck of the details.
Yeah.
You're outside of it and you're able to like think about things differently.
Totally.
And like have an imagination and be like, damn, okay, was that working?
Right.
Or like, what could I actually...
Clarity.
Yeah.
Like it's almost...
And possibilities.
I know. So one of the cool things that we did this year that I don't think you and I have had an opportunity to do in previous vacations is like the kids are old enough now where like we are able to trust them by themselves a little bit more. So like we could go walk and, talk. And I think one of the things that we've learned doing these trips every year is when you provide space and your mind has some space to open up and think a little bit more, the decisions that we make are a little bit clearer. So like a lot of times when you're in a situation or you can't think about it as clearly as if you step back. And I think for us, we had a few decisions that we knew were looming that we had to like decide on. And it was almost like we were so stressed with other shit, we couldn't think about them. Like it was kind of like
you're like when you're in the weeds, your like emotions are higher, and I think you can't really make a clear decision when you're super emotional and pulling yourself out, giving yourself like a different space. You're able to like look at it from maybe a non-emotional. Yeah,
which is what we did. I mean, I feel like we made some really hard decisions about
like I'm leaving you. I think we should tell everybody.
That's great. Are you leaving the socks? You gonna take those?
Yeah,
too?
I know you can keep them because you put my socks in like the kids' drawers now. So I don't even think I have socks anymore. But no, we did though. We did make we had big decisions. Yeah, and it's just like impossible to like we can't try and tackle those.
We won't even finish a sentence with each other most days. Like
I know this is the longest that we've talked in a month.
I mean, that's another thing that we realized last year. I think that Andrew and I are lucky in the sense that I think we have a really great relationship and we love each other and we talk to each other without having to talk to each other. Like, I know what you're thinking. It's very concerning at all times. And I think sometimes when we get super busy, we just take that for granted. And so
it's like the relationship gets like leftovers because we're like, okay, that piece is fine.
Because we're good and we know we're good.
Yeah. But
but it's like our favorite part of, and I also think that like last year, like we felt so disconnected because we were dealing with so much stuff that was taking our time, like, and it just had to. But I think one of the things that we talked about on the trip is like, we love hanging out, and that's something that makes us like feel good. And we miss like being able to do that. And we have to, again, back to systems. If it's not in the calendar or there's not a system for it, it's not going to happen.
Right. Well, even today, like I put the date in the calendar, set everything up.
I showed him. I brushed my hair.
You just let me take care of it. But no, even today, it was like this, like literally, it was like, oh, we got to, what are the kids going to do tonight?
Yeah.
And then, again, even that, it's like, it was in the calendar, so we're going to make it happen. But if it wasn't, like, there's no way.
We would be like, that's what that.
No,
so
there's absolutely no way.
So I think that's the important part is like feelings about it don't matter. Like follow the plan.
Right.
And I think that sometimes when you get really stressed or whatever, you want to like abort the mission and be like, I can't do it. And it's like, no, this is what you set up. This is what you're going to do. And there's a reason that you set it up because that's what
it's important.
Right. It is important. And so.
And you sit down. I mean, and that's how all goals work.
Right.
Like, when you pull yourself away and you sit down and you write it down.
Totally.
Or philosophies. Like we talk a lot about that with youth sports. It's like, what do I really want out of this? And when you sit down and write it down, it's different than how you act if you're just in the moment and like your ego's taking control. You know what I mean? So that's why you have to pull yourself back in all those areas and be like, how do I really want this to look? And then you build your schedule and you build your systems in your life around that.
So you're buying the goal book for everybody?
Oh, I thought you said I was buying dinner tonight.
No, you were sure. I booked the reservation, so you're buying.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Jen, you did that.
Yeah,
but I will
be there.
Wow,
thanks, fame.
We're still working on it. No one's perfect.
I'll bring my own flowers. Don't you worry.
Get yourself something really nice. Like, that is funny. How old was I, though, when that happened? Was I in high school or was that after? Okay.
Senior.
I mean, guys, come on. We go to the store. I don't know what were we doing there, though. I just remember walking around being like, hey, like.
We were getting food or something.
And I was like, I want to buy you some flowers. Like, you want flowers, right?
You're such an idiot.
No, like girls just think like guys just should know like, oh, what kind of flower. Like having a daughter now, it is interesting seeing like how you guys it's just so different than like how we don't think about
you guys roll on the ground and fart. I don't know like what else.
I want to just like encourage people. You don't need a perfect year. You don't need a perfect plan, but what you need is direction and consistency and reflection. So I highly recommend this goal book. I know it's probably February or March when this episode comes out, but you can start it at any point in the year. I really recommend it. Recommend choosing a word for the year.
Yeah.
Still haven't really done that, but.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
What do you recommend?
I mean, I think there's a place in here, like at the bottom where it says key skill working on, and that's just where I put my word or like I put my theme. Like last year, mine was say no.
Yeah.
And so I wrote it there every week to be like, say no, say no, say no, say no, because it's hard for me. And so if that's helpful for people, I definitely think, what's a good place to kind of just put it because you're looking at it all the time.
Yeah.
And it's Valentine's Day soon.
I know.
What's your favorite thing about me?
Oh, man, there's so many. I can't. That's.
Go on.
Yeah, my favorite thing about you.
Like your favorite. Don't like.
don't
bullshit me with.
No, I'm not. Sorry. I'm trying to say I love that you're very smart. I feel like you see you're authentic, and you see like the realness in people, and you see like the potential in people too.
I love that.
Which is what I love about you because you saw that in me when not a lot of people did. I saw it in me. But you also saw it too.
I always saw it. Clear as day.
What's your favorite thing about me?
You are hands down.
Oh, sorry.
Hands down. Hands down. The most complex, complicated. Yeah. No. Complicated, complex.
Wow. Seriously.
But like in a smart, like you, there's so many layers to you. I could spend my entire life learning all of the layers of you and I would not. And I just love that. But that's like an intelligence thing. Like you are the smartest human being myself that I know.
Yeah.
I did, just for everyone's context, I did beat him on an IQ test once and he said
No.
All right. Anyways,
At all.
we'll see you next time.
See you next time. Bye.